cooperate and it can't focus on me. Why? Focus on me. Look at me. Come on. Please look. I wonder if it's focused on me. What did I say? I'm having a proper brain fart. I just don't really know what to say. So, why do I keep clapping? It's like I'm applauding myself. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Happy freaking New Year in lockdown if you're in the UK like me. But what can you do? You know, Miss Rona doesn't mess about, does she? Anyway, how are we all doing? Right, why do I keep doing this? Stop. I'm going to sit in my hands because it's really annoying. I'm going to film a highly requested video which is talking to you guys about my little fitness journey. So I have been in the fitness life, if that's what you want to call it, for just over a year now. I've literally been consistently at it since November 2019, so obviously now we're in January 2021. Anyway, just before we go into how I got into the whole gym vibe, I thought I'd go through just a little bit of a background really of me. So growing up, I remember I always loved to eat. Like I love food. I still do, don't get me wrong, I freaking adore food. Honestly, food is life for me. Sorry, it just is. And yeah, like I was never overweight, to be honest. I was always quite average, and even like in secondary school I was heavily into the sports. I was literally in the netball team, football team, I did dance, I was basically everywhere, and I did everything because that was just me. I loved the team aspect of it, I loved making friends, and yeah, it was really, yeah, I loved it. And it wasn't until I went to uni where that kind of side to me, the heavily involved side of me, just kind of vanished. So within the uni culture here in the UK, I feel like there's quite a lot of pressure for you to go out all the time because that's the only way you're going to make friends. But I wish I could tell my former self that that isn't the case. But anyway, I followed that advice and I went out all the time. As in, every single day, Monday to Friday, I would go out. I'd spend loads of money on obviously alcohol and then takeaways straight after. So when you think about it, that's a lot of money. That's basically where my student loan went. And I remember after every night out would go and get a pizza or cheesy chips. But don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with doing that, obviously in moderation, but I was doing this every single night. Oh, and then like looking back, no wonder why I just felt like crap all the time. Like I just wasn't fueling myself properly. Anyway, you live and you learn. It's just a phase, I guess. So that was me first year. That is literally all I did. And then in second year, things went a little bit pear-shaped. So I was in quite a very badly toxic relationship. Without going into too much detail, I really lost sense of who I was and I just stopped looking after myself. I was eating way too much, I wasn't really getting my fruit and vegetables in, I was eating whatever, I was snacking like on chocolates and crisps every single night, like watching a film, that's all we do. Didn't go on a walk, I didn't give a flying monkeys about steps or how much water I drank, or I don't even get me started on the gym because that was never never happened. But we moved into a different flat and luckily there was a Pure Gym, literally like, not even exaggerating, like a 3-minute walk away. And I was like, right, do you know what, I'm just gonna go. I was like, I'm gonna do the classes and, you know, see how it is. Now, back in those days, I'm talking like it was like a million years ago, back then I literally was just terrified of going anywhere on my own. So I never went to the gym without my friends, and I just wouldn't go if, let's say, my friends were like, oh, I'm busy or I don't want to go. I just wouldn't go. The only time I would go is to literally do cardio with my friend, or classes, again, with a friend. And it got to the point where my friend knew she didn't really want to go to gym anymore, and then I kind of stopped. And because I wasn't really doing a lot in my life, I literally was just going to uni and just eating a lot and not really moving a lot, the weight just kind of started to pile on, and I was really oblivious to it, and I just kind of hid myself in like baggy clothes just because I was like, I don't know, I was just really naive. And it wasn't until it started to get to the fact that I was getting out of breath a lot easier just walking, and I was like, right, this isn't on. So I remember basically in the October time I went on holiday with my mum to Turkey, and it was like that holiday for me just made me click. I was like, I do not like me right now. I'd look in the mirror and I'd genuinely cry, and I just didn't recognise who I was anymore. I wasn't confident, I wasn't this bubbly person I am right now. Like, I genuinely was just miserable, and even wearing a bikini at that time literally made me feel physically sick. Like, yeah, it was horrible. And that holiday I was like, right, I need to make a change. I was like, I can't go on living like this about myself. Like, I don't like it. So I left that toxic relationship, thank God, and basically my whole fitness life, if you want to say that, started by me wanting a revenge bod for a Christmas party. So it was work's Christmas party, and it's the first time I was invited, and I was like, right, oh my god, I need to wear a really nice red dress, and I want to look really good, and da da da. And I was like, I've not got a clue on where to start. And it wasn't until I just approached one of the PTs at the gym that I was at the time, and I was just like, I want to tone up, was what I said. I was like, I want to lose weight and tone up, which I feel is what everybody says. And then my PT was like, you can't actually do that. And I was just looked at him, I was like, honey, why? Obviously now I know why, but it was just quite funny. Basically, I invested in a month with a PT, and my primary goal was to get fit for this Christmas party. I had a month until that Christmas party, so I was obviously in a calorie deficit, and I literally lived at the gym. To be fair, the gym for me was just an absolute escape from life. So obviously I'd just left a really toxic relationship, and I just had literally no self-esteem anymore. Like, it completely destroyed me, and I just kind of used the gym to just distract me from what was going on in my life. And I remember my first PT session, and we went to the weights area, and I was like, oh my god, like, I was terrified, absolutely terrified. Bearing in mind, like, I'd never lifted anything in my life before, ever. But I did say to my PT that I really want to get into it, and I really want to see what all the hype is about, because at the time, well, it still is very much a thing now, but on Instagram, all these influencers were in the gym, like doing squats and deadlifts, and I was like, that looks cool, I want to do that. But I ain't got a clue how. My PT showed me the ropes, went through everything. I was like, cool, I can do it. And it wasn't until I was left to my own devices, and I literally, my first time that I tried to go into the weights area, I genuinely had tears in my eyes. And I was like, I can't do it. I was like, I fully can't do it. And I just tried, like, itching closer and closer to the free weights area, but I just see all these men. It freaked me out, and I was like, I still don't know what I'm doing, I'm not confident, people are going to laugh at me, I'm going to get judged. So I just kind of like ran away and went back to my comfort zone, which was the freaking treadmill. It's weird how that was my comfort zone because I freaking hate cardio. But it's what I knew, I guess. And I kind of just ran to my PT because he was on the gym floor. And I was like, how am I supposed to do this alone? I can't do it alone. I was like, I can't go to the weights area all by myself. And then my PT literally was like, if you want to change, you'll go. And I was like, oh, flipping heck. I was absolutely bricking it. I was like, I literally had nothing to lose. I was like, these people don't know who I am. If they laugh at me, they laugh at me. You know, I'll get over it. I was like, this is for me. I want to change. Let's just go. I remember like struggling. I genuinely couldn't pick up a 20 kg bar. I think I could, but it was with absolute difficulty. And I mean, I'm only small, so the bar is actually very much longer than I am. So that paired with not having any upper body strength at all, I just genuinely couldn't. I really struggled to lift it. And I remember I was like, right, I'm going to go to the squat rack because that's what I was taught first. I was like, I'm going to go and do that, I'm going to do that. And I went there. I did fine, I was fine, until I had to take the little springy clips off. I couldn't do it. I had, like I said, no upper body strength, no grip strength. And these were rigid ones as well, and I was like, oh my god. I remember having to ask like one of the members of staff to help me to take the clips off. It's just it kind of blows my mind now thinking back to those days, because now like it's one of them things now I just do without even thinking. It's really bizarre. Anyway, as time went on, I got more comfortable in the weights area and I'd just go by myself all the time. Now that alone was a massive step for me, because I would never go into the free weights area because I was too scared. Now alongside that I also did spin classes and I walked everywhere, and I didn't have a car either, so to do my shopping I walked to the shop. And I remember sometimes if I didn't have a lot of uni work to do, I'd go to the gym twice a day, just because I was just so determined to just change. I just really wanted at the time to look really good for this Christmas party. And literally a month flew like that. I think I lost like 4 kg. And then I was like, I can't stop here. I don't want to stop. I want to carry on. I want to get strong. So then I did another month of PTing. I was like, but this time I wanted to get stronger and I wanted to just lift heavier. So yeah, that's exactly what I did, and I carried on. And to be fair, like for me it was more the accountability of having somebody who is kind of keeping you on track, if that makes sense. Yeah, after those 2 months basically I was just like, okay, I feel like I can do this. Like I'm confident, I feel stronger. It just got to the point where like even like carrying my shopping bags wasn't hard anymore. Just completely changed me as a person. Like I've never been so confident and like so like in tune with myself like ever. It's just like I'd always, even like growing up, even though there's literally nothing wrong with me growing up, I always used to want to be skinnier. I always wanted all these silly little things, but I feel like every girl's been through it or is going through it. Yeah, like that is basically how I lost weight. Because I had professional help. I genuinely couldn't recommend doing that. If you genuinely want to make a change and you want to learn how things work, you don't need to be on freaking juice diets that literally make you poo yourself, or these freaking skinny teas, or I don't know, like missing out meals or this, that and the other. No, you can literally eat the foods you want as long as you know like what your calorie intake is. Now after a month it just became a habit. It just doesn't faze me. It's just part of the way I live life like now, I guess. Don't get me wrong, I do not track every day. That is, no. You've got to live your life, do you know what I mean? But I do like to track probably like 80% of the time, just because it gives me little targets to work towards and gives me little numbers to hit. I feel like that's kind of keeps you quite accountable. I know quite a lot of people get triggered, so like I said, don't think that you need to do that. I'll just say just be a bit more mindful into the portion sizes that you eat, because I remember just before I'd got a PT, like I was like, oh my god, I'm literally eating all this healthy food, why am I not getting anywhere? I'd eat enough for like a family of 5 per meal. I'm not even kidding. I remember like my plate of pasta, basically 2 portions in one, and it's just things like that that you kind of need to educate yourself, or obviously ask for help. That's literally all I did. Like, right now, like I don't do any cardio, I just hit my steps. I drink plenty of water, I incorporate fruit and veg into my diet all the time, just because it's not really about aesthetics anymore for me. Like, it's more to do with how it makes me feel. I don't really know what advice to give other than the fact that don't give up, like don't doubt yourself. Throughout my whole time I was fully doubting myself, and I just kind of wish that I wasn't so hard on myself. And people don't look at you at the gym, they're not like, haha, you're doing it wrong. But it's so bizarre because you think that at the time. And if you're a girl and you're watching this, and like me, you're terrified of the weights area or whatever, just honestly don't be. And I know it's easier said than done, because trust me, I've been there. Like, I flipping was squatting and crying for God's sakes when I first started. But it does get easier. You just got to take it step by step. Even if it's literally spending 5 minutes in the weights area doing one exercise in that area, and then you've got to go away because you're freaking terrified. That is one little step in the right direction. Do you know what I mean? And it will get easier. Now I don't even care. I'm like, now the gym time is my alone time and I love it. And with food, like, I just want to emphasise that don't cut anything out because you think it's bad for you, or it's going to make you fat or things like that, because I always was under the impression that carbs are bad for you, white bread is the devil, God forbid if you want to eat chocolate, you're never going to lose weight if you eat chocolate. No. Food has like no moral compass. It's either really nutritional for you or just not as nutritional for you. That is it. I just remember like saying to my PT, like, I can't believe I'm eating pasta and I'm losing weight, and I think that will always be like ingrained in my head. Like, I can't believe that sentence came out of my mouth. Like, Jesus Christ, I freaking love pasta. But I hope this kind of helps anyone out there who's kind of feeling a bit lost within themselves or is just really unhappy. And like I said, it always does start off as, you know, an aesthetic reason, but now for me it's more of a mental thing for me now. And to be fair, I just love being strong. Like, it helps a lot in life. Yeah, I just kind of, I just love the community that I'm now part of, and all the amazing people I've met through the gym is just incredible. And I will always be grateful for that shitty toxic relationship I was in, and for that holiday where I literally felt like rubbish about myself, because they gave me the kick up the bum to actually change my life. So within a bad situation there's always silver lining, people, always. So yeah, I feel like I've rambled for so long on my days. Just have faith in yourself. I'm not saying go out and, I mean obviously you can't right now because we're in lockdown, but I'm not saying go to the gym and like lift crazy weights. And if you genuinely don't feel comfortable, just literally focus on little things. So get your fruit and vegetables in, learn a little bit more about portion control, go outside for a walk with your friend, socially distance of course, and get you 10,000 steps in a day. Like, those little things that you may think aren't a big deal, like I did before, actually accumulate into the bigger picture, and you just got to think of it like that. It's always about baby steps, and you're never gonna know unless you give it a go. So yeah, I am gonna stop talking because I've spoken to this camera for a while. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like for me and subscribe. What is that? Yeah, and let me know what you think of this kind of video, because I've never really done like a full-on deep chats, sit down kind of video yet. So yeah, this is a new one for me, so I don't really know whether it's interesting or whether you want it to be something else. I don't know if you want to give me any suggestions about maybe like the foods that I eat or what I eat in a day or something like that. Let me know. But yeah, I'm gonna stop talking. I need to stop. Thank you very much for watching. If you stuck around, absolute legends, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye.